What's up, good people? How y'all doing today? I don't really like how high my bun is. I'm gonna stretch it out a little bit more. I don't really like it going too far back right there. But today I wanted to just talk a little bit about something dealing with friends or associates and family and needy people, leechy people, toxic people. Like, how do you tell the difference between the three? And when is a good time to tell a person that they're draining you, or they need you way too much? And should there be like a turn off point, like just terminate the whole friendship, or completely stop associating with the person who needs you too much? And of course, with family, all you can do is cut them off, but you're gonna always still be family. So I guess it's all the same way of dealing with them, no matter what the title is. But that's what I wanted to talk about today. I was having a conversation earlier with someone, and they were like, I don't know how to, I don't want to tell a person I don't want to really deal with them anymore, but I don't have nothing for them. And every time, they call me or they text me, they want something. And I'm like, maybe the best way is just to let them know I don't have it to loan anymore to you, because you never pay me my money back. You only call me or text me when you want something. Sometimes you just gotta be straight up with people like that, because if you don't, they're not gonna stop coming at you for the same thing. Especially the type of people who you can't never get that much in return from. They just need you, and they don't even check on you, see how you doing. Just call anymore to chop it up with you, catch up on old things. They just call you or text you or whatever because they want some money. They need something from you. And that goes the same with anyone who needs you for certain things. Like, they call you because they need a ride, or they call you because they low on, they don't hardly have any food at their house for their kids or something. I don't know. But people that always just need you for just certain things, that can become toxic if that's the only thing that they really deal with you for. That's really not a friendship. And even with a friendship, two mutual friends, they share similar things that they have in common. They share a certain amount of time together throughout the week, if any, but still it's equal amount of giving and receiving throughout the relationship. That's a friendship to me. Somebody who you can go and confide in, somebody who you love, you trust, you respect them. That's a friendship, just as family. Or, but a person that you just associate with, I think that's just straight up cut them off. There's no need to even try to hold on to that, especially if you really don't deal with them on a regular basis. A friendship, that's a little bit harder to decide how. Either you're gonna just let them know, look here, you want too much out of me, and I'm not gonna keep on doing this. Every time we look around, you need me for this, or you need me for that. And then when you being that friend that's giving them advice on how they can better their situation, I can't stand a person who you giving so much of, um, you giving them so much of advice of what to do to better their situation, and they still don't pick up the pace to better the situation. The next thing you know, they talking about the problem again, or something added on to the same problem they were just telling you about last week. And they expect for you to always want to hear that and to continue being my good friend through it all. But that can be draining. So, it comes a point when you got to let them know, you draining me with this, man. You taking too much out of me. I'm just tired of hearing it. Like, you're going to have to find a way to deal with it or talk to somebody else about it. Because I'm tired of hearing about the same old reoccurring problems week after week. Same story, just a different day. I've had to deal with that. And then there's the family members who they only call you when they need something, and they feel like because we family, we supposed to be there for one another. But where's the you being there for me when most of the time I'm only there for you to leech off of. Like, that can get tiresome. And I ain't for it. I'm not doing it. Because a little bit about my background. My mother died when I was young. My father was never in my life, you know. I knew who my father was, but he wasn't there to show any kind of support. There wasn't any support system even when my mother was living. My mother died when I was in high school. And my mother wasn't living to see me even walk across the stage and get my high school diploma. As soon as my mother died, I cut off all, you know, anything dealing with it further in my education. That was just put on the back burner. I worked. I worked 2 jobs. I didn't have a car. I walked and worked and walked to work, and I worked like all day. I even worked extra shifts sometimes. So all I ever known was to kind of fend for myself and be on my own. And when you, like a person like me who never really had a support system or had parents there that I could fall on, and, you know, people there that I could just lean on, and it wasn't any, you know, with any conditions. Like, I'm not saying like aunts and uncles. I'm talking about your parents, a mother and a father. I didn't have that. Like, at 18 and 19 years old, I didn't have that. But I had my own apartment and I had 2 jobs. My sister was 12 when my mother died. I was 18. I was raising a 12-year-old when I was 18. So I was forced into being something that I was not ready for. And another thing that gets me, not to get too much off subject, I just want to say this right quick and then I'm going to get back to the clingy friends. When people say I'm grown just because you're 18 or whatever, you 19, I was in my own place at 18 and I don't consider myself grown. I was just getting through it. I didn't know God. I didn't know the first thing about, you know, just having a spiritual relationship with God. I didn't know nothing about that kind of stuff. I was so naive and immature, but I was, you know, I guess you could say smart enough to just work my way through life. I just worked. That's all I ever known was to work. And I thank God that I don't look like what I've been through. I know y'all heard people say that a lot before. But yeah. So it's easy for me because it's me and dealing with my experiences with coming up, losing my mom at a young age. You know, that's a young age. And then just jumping to things being one way, living in the house with your mom and your sister, to it just being you and your sister, and you had to carry the weight of everything. And then once things change and life goes on and you get older and you meet people, I don't take too well to someone who needs me too much, because I was able to get out there and just do the damn thing and grind and get it on my own. And I didn't ask too much of nobody. I just did it on my own. I just got out there and did what I had to do. But that was my mind frame. I understand that everybody not going to think like that. So it's not always easy for me to give too much of myself to somebody without having a little gripe behind it. Not saying that I'm not kind-hearted. I'm not free-hearted. It's just so much of myself that I'm willing to give away that I'd rather not deal with you at all if you're going to be a reoccurring, you know, needy type of person. And like I say, it's a difference between an associate, somebody who just, you know, that fair weather friend or whatever, somebody who comes and goes. You deal with them to a certain extent. They need you a lot. You know, cut that off. I don't need that. That's toxic. That's draining. Like, who are you to think I'm here to just support you? No, it don't go like that. And then there's the friendship. But the friendship to where, yeah, y'all agree to be y'all friends. Y'all carry that label. But they need you so much more than you ever needed them for. Like, when are you going to ever ask me, do you need anything? You know, not just when things are on the up and you got a pocket full of money. And that only lasts for a moment. And then you back to needing me before I even get a chance to ask you for anything. Don't need those type of friends. I think in the long run that turns toxic and you gotta cut them off. And then you know, family, like I say, you just got to let the family know. Blood, I don't care what nobody say. about this blood and all this kind of stuff. I'm gonna treat you the way you treat me. I'm gonna be there for you, you know, the best that I can be. But when it becomes draining to me, I'm gonna let you know, look, I can't do it. I don't care that we are cousins or whatever. I'm gonna let you know, and I'm not gonna feel bad about it, especially when they know me to be that one they can always come to. And not saying that I never needed anybody, but most of the people, like when I started working for the school system, I was young. I was in my, what, late 20s. I dealt with people, I work with like older ladies, not old ladies, but I work with women that were older than me. Some of them you can consider a mother figure. They teach you things. They taught me things. They've shown me things, and I'm still using that along the way in my life, no matter what I'm doing. Some of the stuff just stick with you, and you can use it, you know, wherever you go. Some of them, people I've seen come and go, but the things that they taught me and told me and showed me is still with me, you know. So, um, with that being said, it's like I can count on one hand 3 people who I still keep in touch with since I met them back in 1999. Good friends, confidants, people, they need me, I'm here. You know, it's a give and take. It's a equal friendship. It's not a one-sided friendship where I'm getting more out of them than they're getting for me because they're older than me. Because a lot of them out here is that, you know, you were dealt a bad hand in life, but you know, you smart, you wise, you this, you that. You know, I get a lot of compliments and gotten a lot of compliments over the years from these people who I could still go to, still good friends. We may not talk for months, but when we pick up the phone, we catch up, and it's just real good conversation. And I can't say I get along better with an older, you know, in a female company who's much older than me than the one my equal or a little older, because they just so not ready. They like not on my level, not to like put myself up there on a pedestal or whatever, put myself so higher than anybody. But I'm just telling you, you know, from my experience of what I've dealt with and what I choose not to deal with. Because at the end of the day, you got to do what makes you happy and not let things drain you to the point where you don't even know yourself that much. And I'm like, dang. Because a person's spirit can be so downing, so that spirit can get on you and bring you down. You know, I really believe in how strong a spirit is and how much of an effect it can have on another person, especially if that's what you're around for a long period of time, or you dealt with it for a long period of time. So I just wanted to talk about that for a minute, and hope you all can leave a comment and let me know what you think about the video, and let me know, let's just talk about it and have a conversation. If you're new to my channel, thank you for watching. I hope you subscribe, like, and leave a comment, and I will talk to y'all later.